They love a bit of counter. They're very good from set plays. It'll be very difficult, but I'm looking for fireworks here today.
Yeah, it should be a cracking game between Bournemouth and Brentford. We will bring you reaction to Saints' defeat here at St Mary's to Wolves in the Premier League at half-time, as well as Portsmouth's defeat to Preston as well. We'll hear from John Musino and Ivan Juric at half-time in the Bournemouth v Brentford game. But get your thoughts into me about this game that's coming up now. 8-1 and treble 3 on the text. Solent first where WhatsApp is 0800321 treble 3. Again, Solent at the start of your message, and X at Solent Sport. I'll read as many out as I can at half time. But right now on Solent Sport, it's time to head to our third live commentary of the afternoon. A bumper show for you here on the home of live sport across the south on all radio frequencies. BBC Sounds and your smart speaker, just ask it to play BBC Radio. Solent in the Premier League, Bournemouth v Brentford, with John Williams and your match commentator Jordan Clark.
Players are in the tunnel. The Vitality Stadium is packed again, and all set for Bournemouth against Brentford. The Cherries looking to bounce back from a run of 3 games without a win and lift themselves back up to 6th in the Premier League table. You have to say the draw between Man City and Brighton earlier on at 3 o'clock is probably a decent result. Keeps them both nearly within touching distance. A win for Bournemouth today would lift them up above Villa, above Brighton and Newcastle on goal difference. Newcastle, of course, don't play this weekend due to the League Cup final tomorrow. And Bournemouth haven't won here at the Vitality Stadium since the end of January, in fact. 5-0 at home to Nottingham Forest, the last home Premier League win. They've been playing well, they've been creating chances, they just haven't been putting enough of them in the back of the net. And maybe they've been a bit too leaky at the other end, but they'll be pleased to see the big man back out there today at centre-back. Ilya Zabani, the only change from the 2-2 draw at Tottenham on Sunday. Back from his 3-match suspension into the heart of Bournemouth's defence. It is James Hill who drops to the subs bench this afternoon. It means that Lewis Cook stays at right back. Interesting decision from Andoni Iraola, but he is his captain, he is his leader, and he keeps his place this afternoon. So Bournemouth line up with Kepa in goal, a back 4 of Lewis Cook, Ilya Zabani, Dean Howson and Milos Kerkez from right to left. Tyler Adams continues alongside Ryan Christie, managing that groin injury in the middle of Bournemouth's midfield. Top goal scorer Justin Kluivert in the number 10 role, Antoine Semenyo down the right, Marcus Tavernier down the left, Evan Nilsson leading the line in the number 9 role. Bournemouth's bench: David Brooks, Alex Scott, Dongo Watara, Luis Sinisterra, Julio Soler, Daniel Jefferson, James Hill, Ben Winterburn, Will Dennis the sub goalkeeper. Brentford are unchanged from their 1-0 defeat to Villa last time out. They line up 4-2-3-1 like the Cherries. Mark Flecken in goal, Christopher Ayer, Nathan Collins, Ethan Pinnock and Keane Lewis Potter are the back 4 from right to left. Christian Norgard alongside Vitaly Yanov in the middle of their midfield. Mikael Damsgaard, 10 assists so far this season. Only Mo Salah has more than him. Will pull the strings in the number 10 role for the Bees today. And then that dangerous, quick, pacey attacking front 3. Abuemo down the right, Kevin Schade down the left, and Johan Wissa in the number 9 role through the middle. Their bench: Vladimirsson's their substitute goalkeeper, Sepp Vandenberg is back from injury, Ben Mee, Yehor Yarmouk, Yunus Konak, Paris Maghoma, Jisoo Kim, Ewan Morgan and Benjamin Frederick. The players are both in a huddle in their respective halves. Referee Craig Pawson is nearly ready to get us underway. Let's say good afternoon to former Bournemouth defender and assistant manager John Williams. Willow, Zaba back. Yes. I know you're really pleased about that.
Excellent, yeah. I mean, obviously I don't think he should have got what he did in the first place, but you know, them two at the back have been, him and Howson have been foremost in an awful lot of things that have gone well this season. Great to see him back.
Bournemouth red and black tops, black shorts, black socks with red round the top. We'll shoot from our left to right in this first half. We're commentating from the main stand. Cherries trying to score in the goal in front of the Ted McDougall South Stand. Brentford are in pink tops, purple shorts, pink socks, shooting from our right to left. towards the Steve Fletcher North stand in his first half. You wouldn't have caught John Williams in a kit like that, that's for sure. Referee Craig Pawson gets us underway on BBC Radio Solent and the BBC Sounds app across the UK. Bournemouth against Brentford in the Premier League. The late 5:30 evening kickoff. Tavernier has the ball on the halfway line. Bournemouth were looking direct early doors, but it was cut off by Brentford. Here's Lewis Cook at right back, given away nearly to Damsgaard. Bournemouth will clear over halfway and into Brentford territory, but the Bees back under control again, but give it away. Here's Tavernier to Kluivert down the right. Kluivert's going to have a dribble down the line. Lewis Potter got a good block in there, enough of a block, and then smashes the clearance high into the air. It'll bounce out of play onto the roof of the Bournemouth dugout, where Andoni Iraola, the Cherries boss, is currently sat down with his coaching staff, Tommy Elphick, Sean Cooper, just discussing a couple of things. And Cook will take the throw in on the right for Bournemouth, and he'll hit it down the line. This near right hand side, Evan Nilsson brings it under control, works it infield to Tavernier, square ball to the left and Adams. Here's Ryan Christie halfway inside Brentford's half, a little bit of space for Anton Semenyo, turns to face the Brentford goal, held up by Mbeumo on the edge of the Brentford box. Milos Kerkez joins in, back down the line to Semenyo away from his man, left side of the box, square ball into Kluivert. Kerkez shoots low, saved by goalkeeper Flecken for Brentford. First chance of the game, and it's gone Bournemouth's way. Lively start from the Cherries. John Williams.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Right on that left hand side, Semenyo at the thick of it, didn't quite find the corner, which made it easier for the goalkeeper.
Now you remember Bournemouth caught Brentford out away at Brentford with their high press, and they've just sat back off Flecken there, who's dropped the ball to the deck to clear from his feet. And Bournemouth normally would be on him quickly, but they're just playing a few games, I think, with Brentford, trying to keep them on their toes as to when they're going to press and when they're not. And on that occasion, Flecken doesn't take any risks and just clears it long out to this near side, and it's out of play for a throw into Brentford off a Bournemouth head, about 25 yards into Bournemouth's half, which Lewis Potter, the left back, will take for the Bees. Launches a long one down the line, brought under control by Sharda. Tyler Adams comes across, knocks it out of play.
But George, I think that's how football should be. I mean, they knew what we did to them last time. Flecken in goal. You should start with the ball, the other end of the pitch, as early as you can, and him just knocking it up there. I mean, it's a long ball, but goodness sake.
Kluivert can't quite bring it under control, so it drops to Damsgaard, lays it off to Mbeumo, edge of the Bournemouth box. Zabani and Howson are there, then Tyler Adams gets a head on it, nearly gets a high foot in the face as well. Brave stuff from the American, and the ball's cleared long, and then Flecken, who's in light blue goalkeeper kit, ice blue shall we say, top shorts and socks, sends it out to the right. Long ball into the Bournemouth box, and Kepa in all yellow this afternoon, the Bournemouth keeper, top shorts and socks, red goalkeeper gloves, white boots, comes out and claims it on the edge of his 18-yard area and drops it to his feet, and just stands there now inside the box close to the penalty spot with the ball underneath his foot, rolls it out of his feet and then launches it long through the middle over halfway.
If he was going to do that, I'd rather he did it to Semenyo's side of the pitch.
Space down this near side for Bournemouth, because Lewis Potter, the Brentford left back, is down injured just outside the centre circle. Tavernier was away into all that space that had been left due to the injury. Referee Craig Pawson has blown his whistle and halted play, and the home fans and some of the Bournemouth players are unhappy with that decision. Dean Howson's turning to the fourth official and saying that is not a head injury. Andoni Iraola now is in the ear of the fourth official, David Webb. Tommy Elphick's up. Tommy Elphick's furious. They cannot believe the referee has stopped the play there. Willow.
He's holding his ribs. When he's on the floor, it's his ribs.
He's just landed heavy, hasn't he?
Yeah, of course he has. There's no foul. What's going on?
That's poor refereeing. That's poor refereeing from Craig Pawson. And ball plays back underway. Lewis Potter's absolutely fine, back up on his feet, hasn't had to receive any treatment, and the ball's rolled back to the Cherries, and they send it towards the corner flag away to our right. It's out of play for a throw into the Bees, deep inside their own half. Iraola is still fuming away to our left, shaking his head, gesturing away.
They love a bit of time wasting already, don't they?
We are not even 5 minutes into the game, and the Bournemouth fans are all stood up away to our right, pointing at their watches, saying, "Come on, referee." It's not even raining, but keen Lewis Potter is spending a long time drying the ball on his shirt. Must be a bit of dew out there, Willow.
Yeah, must be.
It's a beautiful evening here in Dorset. Blue skies overhead. Been a sunny old day, but it is bitterly cold with the wind whipping through the stands. Here's Semenyo, edge of the box, gets bundled over, got squeezed out of it by a couple of Brentford players still there. Christie inside the D, left-footed shot, blocked. Out to Kluivert. They'll work it out to the left in Kirkes. Here's Tavernier. Curls one towards the back post. Can Christie keep it in? Not quite. Out of play. Goal kick to Brentford. 0-0. BBC Radio Solent and the BBC Sounds app across the UK. Reaction to come at half time from our early kickoffs. Southampton beaten again. 2-1 at home to Wolves. Ivan Juric defending his decision apparently to play 5 defenders and no strikers in that game. That'll be going up if it's not there already on the BBC Sounds app. You can find links on @SolentSport on X. You'll also find reaction to Pompey's defeat away at Preston. Back-to-back defeats now to Plymouth and Preston for Pompey. John Messina apparently very strong in his post-match interview at SolentSport to find the links, and you'll hear it at half-time here at the Vitality Stadium. Throw into Brentford down this near left-hand side. Lewis Potter again dries the ball off on his shirt. We'll also bring you reaction from Havant and Waterlooville's 1-1 draw away at Frome in the Southern League, our featured non-league game this afternoon. Boos for keen Lewis Potter. Again he waits to take the throw and then launches it down the line. It's going to be a long afternoon if he's going to do that for 90 minutes, Willow. It
is going to be a long afternoon. Get set for it. No
6 minutes stoppage time at the end of the first half. And again we wait for a Brentford throw, and again Andoni Irola's out to the edge of his technical area trying to get them to hurry. Kevin Sharda's ready to launch a long one into the box. This is 18 yards out, Brentford's left touchline, launched into the box, flicked high up into the sky and out of play for a goal kick to the Cherries.
Yeah, see that's dangerous. I understand why they're trying to do that, set that one up on the near post.
And Bournemouth get things going quickly, Willow. Sorry, we'll come back to that in a second because Kirkes has it down the left. Too much on that. Too much fizz on the ball forward to Semenyo. Turns and puts his thumb up to Kirkes. Said, right idea, just not quite Milos. And it's safely into the arms of Mark Flecken, the Brentford goalkeeper. Sorry, Willow.
No, just look at the keeper now. He's got it at his feet again.
But goes long in diagonal out to this near left-hand side. Bounces off of Sharda's back. Lewis Cook can then bring it under control, the Cherries captain, send it infield just outside the centre circle along the deck to the feet of Ryan Christie. The Scotsman pings it out to Semenyo and then gets it back and then goes back down the line. Here's Semenyo into the box. Important interception from Nathan Collins coming across there. Semenyo was clean through. Lovely ball from Ryan Christie. First corner of the evening for Bournemouth.
Yeah, great ball from Christie. Kirkes had made a fantastic run just beyond the back four. He was onside, but Christie elected to go from Semenyo, which was quite a good ball as well. Corner coming up, set play.
Justin Kluivert heads over to the far side. Howson forward, Zabani forward, back in the team after his 3-match suspension. Still looking for his first Premier League goal of the season, Ilya Zabani. Justin Kluivert curls it, right-footed, under the bar, punched away by Flecken under no pressure. Tavernier heads it back into the box. Then away it is by Pinnock. And cleared out over on the right-hand side by Damsgaard up towards halfway, and Buemo's going to try and break. Tavernier gets over there and holds him up on the halfway line. They switch it out to this near side, but Lewis Cook reads it well, gets a foot in there and launches it into the Brentford half. Then it's given away back to Ryan Christie. Sharda couldn't bring it under control out of the sky. Here's Christie, 25 yards out. Drifts out to this right-hand side. Short ball along the ground to the feet of Lewis Cook, who goes back infield to Tyler Adams, who's just dropped deep. And he finds Howson to his left. Short sleeves and gloves again for Howson. Howson to the edge of the box. Left-footed shot. Oh, it's blocked by Pinnock. Collins, in fact, it was. Apologies, who got across there. Dean Howson was just left to dribble all the way up to the edge of the box. Brentford sat back. And that might have been heading in, Willow.
I think it was heading in. Just from this angle, he can't be sure. Oh, yeah, right behind it. Bottom corner.
Yeah, I mean, Flecken would have argued he'd have made the save. Corner, Kluivert, right-footed, hanging again, under the bar, headed away by Pinnock. Back out to the left. There's a man down inside the box, flags up for offside against Justin Kluivert if Bournemouth worked it back out to the left. Or was it for a foul inside the box?
Inside They're rolling the box, something in the box.
They're rolling the ball for the free kick inside the box.
Can't be offside out there, surely. I hope I'm wrong.
Here you go, Willow. See the replay. What was going on inside the 18? Oh, yeah, okay. Tyler Adams has just grabbed hold of Kevin Sharder by his left arm and dragged him to the deck. Just letting him know he's around today. They'll send it out to this near left-hand side.
Just a little bit of info on this battle that's going on with Cookie.
Yeah.
He's lost the first 3 headers on this left-hand side, so it's something that they're going to have to look at, especially if he's picking the same lad up.
Well, surely they'd identify that. As good as Lewis Cook has been filling in at right back, Willow, any team would look at that and say, right, that's a central midfielder playing at right back. You've got to try and target that area. Here's Damsgaard, middle of the park for Brentford. Tried the early ball forward to Sharder on the edge of the box, cut off by the Cherries, but Lewis Cook's giving it away out this near left-hand side to Janhout. Janhout, left side of the Bournemouth box, looks up, delivers a low cross with his left foot. Oh, brought under control by Damsgaard in the box. He couldn't sort his feet out and Bournemouth get it away. End-to-end stuff is exactly as we expected. Lewis Cook on the break down the right now for the Bournemouth. Evan Nilsson ahead of him, finds Evan Nilsson right side of the Brentford box, just held up, lovely feet and pass to Tavernier to his left. No room for Tavernier to shoot on the edge of the area, so it's back out on the right now with Lewis Cook, and Bournemouth reset. And Ryan Christie in his red boots, square ball middle of the park to Tyler Adams, and Bournemouth work it from right to left and then back out to this near right hand side, and Lewis Cook, ball into the box, looking for Clivert, too much on it, goal kick to Brentford. Lively, quick, pacey stuff, Willow, can't take your eyes off it.
Fast football, that's what we want to see, especially in the wide areas. I love to see the wingers getting at fullbacks. A little bit of help from the fullback coming late can always help that as well, more so on the Kirkers side of the pitch, I'm thinking.
Goal kick is long from Flecken. Zabani clears. Highlighter orange boots for Ilya Zabani, the Ukrainian, like Howson, short sleeves and gloves. Great to see that look back in Bournemouth's back line.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Milos Kerkez has not opted for the short sleeves and gloves this afternoon. He's gone for the undershirt, but no gloves for the Hungarian. Throwing down the line from Lewis Potter. That looked like a foul throw. Assistant referee wasn't looking, neither was the referee, and it'll be another throw into Brentford down this near side. Andoni Iraola, he's trying to control himself, but he's finding it difficult. Here Brentford, Lewis Potter, edge of the box, lays it off to Sharder. Good foot in there, brilliant foot in there from Dean Howson, but Semenyo can't get it away on the edge of the box. Brentford work it out to Mbeumo, right side of the Bournemouth box, cross into the area, Howson clears. And here's Marcus Tavernier down the right, under pressure quickly from Damsgaard. Tavernier's been dispossessed. Here's Damsgaard trying to work it into the box, finds Wissa, lay it off to the right, and then over the top and into the arms of Kepa, and Bournemouth just living dangerously, Willow, inside their own half.
I would agree with that. Yeah, Tav just got stuck with the ball under his feet there.
Now Bournemouth at the other end. Here's Evan Nilsson striding forward through the middle. Still going Evan Nilsson. Still Evan Nilsson into the box. Left-footed shot over the bar. Goal kick. Think it might have been a cross in the end. He couldn't believe how Brentford just sat back. And eventually they did push him wide and tighten the angle for the Brazilian, and he couldn't get the shot on target. Goal kick, 0-0. BBC Radio Solent, the BBC Sounds app. A reminder, BBC Radio Solent's Make a Difference Awards back again. Nominations now open, and you can find a full list of all the categories at bbc.co.uk/make a difference. If you know someone making a difference down here on the South Coast, having a huge impact on their local community, going above and beyond, there will almost certainly be a category for them. Find the full terms and conditions there too. We have got a stellar lineup of judges this year, including multiple sports stars, including Bournemouth's own former world champion Chris Billam-Smith. Brentford clear from the back. Pinnock down this near side. Zabani sweeps up on the edge of the Bournemouth box, sends it long up over halfway. I'm not quite making it to halfway. Janholt heads it straight out. Throw into the Cherries in the right back position, halfway inside their own half.
Quite surprised by Janholt there. Quite an easy one, I thought, just to take on the chest and start play going.
Bournemouth technical team sat over our left shoulder in Simon Francis, Thiago Pinto, who we discovered this week in an interview that Bill Foley, the Bournemouth owner, did with Talk Sport, and they are in discussions with Andoni Iraola's representatives about extending his contract again. Iraola remaining very tight-lipped about it in the pre-match press conference. That would be the biggest signing of the summer, you feel, for Bournemouth. Lewis Potter down the left for Brentford, into the Cherries half, finds Sharda. Return pass from Sharda into the box, is cut off by Zabani. Zabani just hesitated, wasn't sure if Kepa was coming. They communicated well in the end, and then Zabani's clearance is out of play off a Brentford player, and Lewis Cook sends the throw in back to Zabani by the corner flag on this near right-hand side for the Cherries. And then Tyler Adams wins a header, and the American sends it out of play, throwing to Brentford in front of the Bournemouth dugout.
Yeah, it's a good one to get in there, that by Tyler. Just breaking up a little bit of an overload there.
Still no sign on the Bournemouth bench or the Bournemouth matchday squad of Julian Araujo or Marcos Senesi, who, like Araujo, now has been cleared by his surgeon out in Finland to rejoin full training with the Bournemouth first team. So another injury boost finally for Bournemouth. Ball's out of play, and Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager, will retrieve it and give it to Lewis Potter, who will take the throw in on halfway down in front of us. Bournemouth 0, Brentford 0. Lewis Potter down the line. Been a frantic game so far. Just that one real chance for Bournemouth early on in the match. Other than that, it's been relatively quiet for Kepa so far. And there are suitcases and equipment boxes tumbling all over the place in the press box, if you just heard that massive thud in the background.
Not to do with me.
And for a change, it wasn't John Williams' stuff going flying. Who I still am amazed you didn't get in more trouble for knocking your drink all over the commentary team in front of us at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last weekend, Willow.
It was only a drink.
They were very polite. It was only a drink, only a bit of fizzy juice. Here's Semenyo, left side of the Brentford box, into Kirkes, square ball. Oh, it's gone in! It's an own goal, I think. But it's all about Milos Kirkes again. A flying run into the box. He was laid in by Semenyo, and it was his square ball that's ended up in the back of the net. And Bournemouth are in front against Brentford. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 0.
Yeah, it was great work down that left-hand side. You always fancied Kirkes to get something in terms of a cross or a shot or goal when he gets in that position. This time, yeah, ball comes out to him. Semenyo just waiting for the timing's excellent. Beats offside. Yeah, I can't quite see.
I think it's come off of Janelt, Willow.
Janelt.
He's just in front of the Bournemouth player. It was Tavernier who was in there, but yeah, it's going to go down as an own goal off of Janelt, off of his right shoulder, and then just floated past Flecken.
Yeah.
Milos Kirkes again for the Cherries down the left. No. The turn of speed and pace from the Hungarian is always so impressive. And another dangerous ball into the box. And that'll go down as another assist for Kirkes too, his 6th of the season. Draws him level with Justin Kluivert for assists, who's leading those statistics for the Cherries. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 0. Janelt with the own goal. We're back underway here at the Vitality Stadium. Live on BBC Radio Solent and the BBC Sounds app across the UK. Plenty of ways to listen this evening. If you're out and about at the moment, when you get back home, you can also listen on your smart speaker if you ask it to play BBC Radio Solent. Here's Tyler Adams. Skips away from the scorer of the own goal, Janelt. Works it out to the left and then turns back infield and finds his midfield partner, Christie. Through the middle to Kluivert. Kluivert's given it away to Sharda, but Zabani's there to sweep up again for Bournemouth. They'll work it out to the left in Semenyo. Semenyo came in for a bit of flack after the weekend in being offside for Bournemouth's disallowed goal, but heavily involved in that opener for the Cherries, Willow.
Yes, very much so. I mean, it was a sort of game where Semenyo had a couple of shots at goal, and he just wondered, you know, we just thought he could have chipped one over the keeper when he was coming out, but it's easy, it was safe from up here, of course.
And Buema out on the right, 18 yards out, driving at Kirkes, held up on the edge of the box. Brentford lift it towards the back post, headed goalwards and headed down by Sharda, but it's no power behind it, and Kepa will pick it up. And Kepa, trying to get things going quickly, is then in a wrestling match with Wissa on the edge of the box, and Kepa's furious that he's been stopped there by Wissa, and he's demanding the referee do something about it, but Craig Pawson's not interested. Pawson has done Man United as far as Bournemouth are concerned. The Cherries 3-0 win up there, and their 5-0 win over Forest here, the last time Bournemouth won in the league at the Vitality Stadium. Here's Ryan Christie through the middle and forward to Kluivert. Kluivert held up about 30 yards out, lifts one into the box. Tavernier with the header down, it drops to Tavernier, still inside the box. He's kept it in, stopped it from going out, just to the right of the post. Now pushed towards the outside of the box. He's being held by Lewis Potter. The home fans want a penalty, referee not interested. Tavernier works it back to Zabani, halfway inside the Brentford half, central position, forward to Kluivert, trying to link up with Tavernier on the edge of the area. Go back to Adams, Kluivert joins in again, and Brentford have all 11 men back behind the ball. Low block from the Bees. Bournemouth just pinging it around on the edge of the area, and reset again through Zabani inside the centre circle.
Yeah, the centre halves having an awful lot of the ball in that central area.
Bournemouth controlling the play at the moment. Brentford happy to sit back and wait and try and spring on the break, as we know they are so dangerous at doing. Lewis Cook brings it under control, then can't find the pass to Tavernier out on the right. Cook's frustrated. It's just a few sloppy moments for Lewis Cook in this game so far.
Yeah, he's in a battle. This lad, this winger can head a ball as well, and that's frustrating him, I imagine.
Lewis Potter down the left. Damsgaard joins in. Here's Sharda, one-on-one with Lewis Cook. Tyler Adams is sprinting across to help out. Sharda low crossing, deflected off a couple of Bournemouth players, and Zabani has the ball at his feet again on the edge of the area. Clears long up towards halfway. Janot down the left for Brentford. Bournemouth red and black top, shooting from left to right. Here are Brentford at the other end though, front of the Steve Fletcher North stand, edge of the box. Wissa lays it off to Sharda inside the area. Important block from Zabani, really important, and then it's cleared by Bournemouth into the Brentford half. John Williams.
Yeah, Zabani was there just when we needed him. He had so much room, but Zabani just got his foot in the way to clear it.
Bournemouth 1-0 up if you're just joining us on BBC Radio Solent and BBC Sounds. Brentford are giving it away, edge of their own area. Here's Evan Nilsson. Oh, flag's gone up late for offside, still there. I hope he's right, Willow, because he stopped the play. And Bournemouth is still on the attack. So he has to be really confident there, the linesman, because he's got VAR to back him up. I'm surprised he's put his flag up there in the end.
Yeah, he's offside though.
He is right, as we see the replays. But that's unusual. They normally keep the flag down and at least let the attack develop.
Well, that's the understanding bit. I don't know how long you can have the flag up, or how slow you put it up, or how quick you put it up.
Well, you normally wait for the attack to develop, so that you can go back to VAR if you need to and check it that way.
Yeah.
But he was obviously mighty confident, the assistant referee down in front of us, and fair play to him. He got it right. Here's Bournemouth on halfway. Semenyo over on the left. Semenyo just bounces past Damsgaard, who's on the deck. Semenyo, ball into the box, cleared by Nathan Collins at the front post. That's what Antoine Semenyo is all about, just strength and pace and power on the halfway line. Ryan Christie's gone down for Bournemouth. Brentford on the attack at the other end to Kevin Sharda. Dean Howson comes in to defend for Bournemouth and gets a foot in there, and then wins a throw in and then chucks Sharda to the ground. We've got players down all over the place. Ryan Christie's not moving too well. He's taken a knock to the inside of his right knee by the looks of it. That's a painful one on a cold evening.
Yeah, as long as it's not his groin, that's need to look after.
Bournemouth reset from the throw in and work it across the back line out to this near right hand side in Ilya Zabani.
You know, these two kids who played centre half, they remind me of Beckenbauer. Just the way they
both of them.
Yeah, well, they both got good skills, and they dribble the ball out through the middle of the defence and start attacks off. I'm really surprised we're going this side of the pitch.
It's just casual though, isn't it, from Zabani and Howson? It's so relaxed the way they do it. Like, they never look flustered.
The people who can do great things often make them look simple, don't they? That's the trick.
So they've just worked it out to the right, which is why Willow said I can't believe they're doing that. It's because Semenyo and Kirk are having so much joy up against
and not only that,
Aya.
Semenyo in terms of heading the ball is stronger.
Throw in still down this near side. Lewis Cook on the halfway line. Bournemouth 1-0 up through a Vitaly Janelt, own goal.
Yeah, didn't know much about it, just hit him on the head.
Shoulder, I think it was in the end, right shoulder, which kind of is why it looped up and past the goalkeeper, who was pretty much rooted to the spot. And the ball's back with Kepa, the Cherries goalkeeper.
Great work by Cookie there. You know, we have to remember he's playing out of position, but he's doing it very well.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget.
There we go. Semenyo, where is he?
Diagonal out to the left, but it doesn't reach Semenyo. And the pink shirts of Brentford win it back on the halfway line, and Semenyo leaves Schade on the deck. And Brentford have to go all the way back to their goalkeeper Flecken.
They've swapped over the Schade.
Yeah, so Schade's gone out to the right now, and Buemo's down the middle, Willow, and Wissard looks like he's on the left, although it's very fluid from Brentford. It's constantly moving, that attacking three. Header won by Norgard in the centre circle above Christie. It's at the feet of Ayer, now the right back for Brentford, back infield to Norgard. Norgard with a bit of space just to dribble forward, slowly, looks up, finds his pass, down the line, looking for Wissa. Wissa shoots, it's miles over the bar.
Offside. It's
nearly into row Z of the North Stand. There's a flag up anyway for offside. Free kick to the Cherries. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 0. BBC Radio Solent, the BBC Sounds app across the UK. Reaction now up on BBC Sounds. Links on @Solent Sport to Southampton's defeat at home to Wolves. Still stuck on 9 points. Still can't get themselves past that lowest ever Premier League total set by Derby. And also reaction to another defeat for Pompey, 2-1 away at Preston. Some strong post-match reaction from John Messino. You'll hear it in full on the radio during the half-time break here at the Vitality Stadium. Ball's on the halfway line. Brentford trying to work it forward to Schade. They find the feed of Schade, then Tyler Adams steps in, does brilliantly and wrestles Schade to the deck. Tyler Adams really physical out there this evening. Bournemouth start play moving quickly, but referee Craig Pawson's having none of that because he's not catching up with that play. So he's like, we'll pull that one back, Willow.
We give it back. It was they tried to make a race for it.
Lewis Cook sent a long ball forward pretty much from the edge of his own box deep into the Brentford half, taking the free kick quickly. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but I think Craig Pawson decided he was not going to get up to speed with that, and to be fair, he hadn't gone to a Bournemouth player, so he's going to get them to take the free kick again. And Kepa will launch it long out to this near side, looking for Tavernier. Lewis Potter wins the header. Cleared by Brentford. Zabani steps in, wins the header just outside the centre circle. Massive header to the edge of the box. Evan Nilsson underneath it, but Pinnock gets there first. And Brentford work it out to the left, but Kirkes has telegraphed it and wins it back for Bournemouth. Halfway inside the Brentford half. On the touchline, far side in front of the East Stand. Floodlights are on and just starting to take effect here at the Vitality Stadium, with the sun setting behind us. Here's Kluivert, edge of the area, trying to work some room for a shot. Instead tried the square ball to Tavernier, and it ricochets off of a Brentford player and into the arms of their own goalkeeper Flecken. It was Brighton range that from Kluivert, his goal of the month for February, but he couldn't work the room for the shot.
Did Kirkes telegraphed it? Shouldn't that be email nowadays?
It probably should be, you're right, yeah. Doesn't sound quite as good though, does it?
No.
Kirkes emailed it. Ball's on the halfway line. Damsgaard inside the centre circle. Ball along the deck to Janelt, scorer of the own goal. It's given Bournemouth their 1-0 lead. Lewis Cook steps in, wins it back, but then he can't dribble out. And it's won back by Wissa and Schade and Damsgaard now. Central position, halfway inside the Bournemouth half. Square ball along the ground to the right. And Ayer, the right back, goes down the line to Mbeumo, who's just held up on the touchline. 25 yards out, they work it into the box. Damsgaard to the byline, looks up, square ball, charged down by Tyler Adams, who's there. He's always there for Bournemouth, sort of that second block, that second player. Both sides of the pitch, multiple times he's done that this evening. He just steps out from his position and gets an important block in there. It's behind for a corner to Brentford, which Mbeumo will take. Done
that twice to us on that side of the pitch, got it in behind.
Corner will be left foot, will be in swinging. Everyone back for Bournemouth, defending inside the box. It's towards the front post. Kepa doesn't get there, and it's headed in. Johan Wissa. Kepa came. Kepa failed. Wissa heads in. We're back to all square. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1.
Well, he doesn't often come, does he, Kepa? But that time he decided to, and really got nowhere close to it. And it was a fierce corner, loads of pace on it. I'd have to see that again to see who's marking who. Don't like conceding corners or free kicks. Oh, he's miles above anyone, isn't he?
Howson. He was being marked by Howson, I think. I don't think he had a direct marker, Willow, but in terms of the people that were there, the players were there as he rose highest. I mean, Howson was still a fair way away from it, but Kepa was closest. He missed the punch. Wissa with the header, his 16th goal of the season. And we're level again. And there's a long ball forward. Here's Mbeumo on the break, edge of the box, one-on-one with Howson, held up, shoots! Oh, it's just gone wide. Kepa was scrambling, it's been deflected, I think. It's a corner again to Brentford.
Well, it was a great move. What a pass that was out to. I don't know how he seemed to just swap feet at one stage and then decide to come back on the inside, and maybe Kepa got a touch on it.
No, Kirkes. Big block from Kirkes on the edge of the box. Another corner to Brentford. They've just scored an equaliser from their last minutes ago. And they got another opportunity now to deliver the ball into the box. And Mbeumo waits. We're being held up here because Ryan Christie's being spoken to by referee Craig Pawson. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. Brentford have scored both the goals this evening. Still we wait for the corner. You know Brentford are dangerous from set pieces.
Yeah, said it before the game. Have to be careful with them.
Left-footed, in swinging again. Kepa comes again. This time he does get the punch. Just about clears the box. Drops on the edge of the area to Damsgaard. Lifts it back towards the back post. It's bouncing around in the area. Fired goalwards and fired wide. Kevin Sharder it was. He wants a corner. He's not going to get one. It's a goal kick. 1-1. Bournemouth up against it for the time being.
Well, Sharder got a shot away there somehow. The ball's bouncing. It's like a pinball. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he gets the shot away.
Bournemouth trying to work it down the left, but it's too much on it for Evanilson, and that allows Collins to go back to Flecken, who has it inside his box. And now Bournemouth press as they try and play out, and Bournemouth don't achieve their goal of nicking it back, and Brentford will work it out to the left in Pinnock. And Lewis Potter, the left back, on the touchline, goes back to Pinnock, left side of the Brentford box. He goes long up towards halfway. Zabani brings it under control, finds Howson inside the centre circle, forward to Semenyo through the middle, who's just come in off that left wing. 1-2 with Adams, and then they work it back out to the right, and Lewis Cook. And that equaliser for Brentford has just sucked a bit of life out of the Vitality Stadium.
Yeah, goals change the course of matches, we know that. Just got to remember you're acting the right way.
It's the 1,500 travelling Brentford fans opposite us in the right-hand third of the East Stand. You can hear it at the moment. Bournemouth fans now responding. Lewis Cook down the right. Lewis Potter gets there and cuts it off. And then Janelt sends it down the left touchline, looking for their goal scorer Brentford, and Wissa.
Wissa blows hot and cold at times, doesn't he?
Wissa didn't get on the end of it, so it's back with Kepa now. Edge of his 18-yard area, ball at his feet, launches it long and diagonal from right to left, looking for Semenyo. Aya, the right back for Brentford, wins the header above him. And Norgard sends it out to the left and finds Wissa. Wissa up against Zabani, can't get round Zabani. Lewis Cook steps in, and he's under the pressure quickly from Sharder. Cook clears down the line along the ground to the feet of Tavernier. Tavernier skips away from Lewis Potter, dribbles forward, finds Kluivert down the line. Kluivert, edge of the box, one-on-one with Pinnock. Still Kluivert onto his left foot, lays it off to Semenyo, shoots, blocks, come back out to Kluivert. Kluivert trying to twist and turn, dinks it to the back post. It's over the head of everyone. Evanilson just about keeps it in, and Mbeumo gets across to him, holds him up by the corner flag on the far side. Evanilson goes back to Kirkes. Here's Dean Howson halfway inside the Brentford half. Lays it off to Tyler Adams. 25 yards out, Bournemouth now with Tavernier. Back to Zabani just outside the centre circle. That was a moment for Bournemouth. Down the line, they find Kirkers again, left side of the box. Lifts one to the back post. Sharda doesn't get there. Lewis Cook lays it off to Tyler Adams. Adams crosses to the back post on the far side. Cleared by Brentford again.
Yeah, we're probing. We're just looking for to get a break. Need one to bounce our way.
Zabani has the ball at his feet. He's halfway inside Brentford territory. He's got acres of time. Brentford had just sat back and letting him have the ball, not even closing him down. Zabani thought about delivering the cross, decided against it, and they'll work it square to the left and over to Howson now. Kirkes just holds his run. Howson, ball into the box. Evan Nilsson tipped away by the goalkeeper. Evan Nilsson still got it. Lays it back to Tavernier, slices his shot. It's going to go out for a throw-in. In fact, it's not even going to make it to a throw-in. And Buemo's going to clear down the line. Dean Howson again was just allowed to advance and advance. Great cross from Howson. Evan Nilsson just couldn't get enough on it to get it past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's hit his foot and hit the floor. That's the problem.
Semenyo driving down the left, trying to get into the box. One back by Christie on the edge of the area. Christie crosses in towards Evan Nilsson. Flecken comes out and plucks it out of the sky. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. It's been a really good game so far.
Yeah, it has. Open game. Both teams. Us more so than them. Just recently they've had a couple of flourishes.
Brentford playing out from the back, work it to the left, and Lewis Potter. Damsgaard, ball along the ground to Aya, the right back, just inside the Bournemouth half. Down the line to Mbeumo. Mbeumo held up by Kirkes and Tyler Adams. Sort of the pack that's hunting for Bournemouth. They'll try and work it into space now with Mbeumo and Kirkes both out of position. Over on the left, Bournemouth get players back and they just hold Aya up about 25 yards out, and Damsgaard has to join in as well. Ball at his feet, lifts it over the top into Aya, who continued his run into the box to the byline, still going, low cross into the box. Oh, it's blazed over the bar. Vitali Janot it was, he just had to keep it down and put it past Kepa. It's a goal kick. It's still Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. And you have to say that was just too easy again there for Brentford to make their way into the Bournemouth box.
It was Semenyo for once who let him get the wrong side of him, or the right side for the Brentford defender, but just skied all over.
You could tell Semenyo was scared to give away a penalty, Willow, wasn't he? After the player got, as you said, the other side of him.
Yeah, I was just surprised he did get the other side of him.
I think Semenyo finding himself in unfamiliar territory there, really, sort of defending as a left back. Free kick given against Antoine Semenyo to Brentford on the halfway line.
Sending the centre halves forward for this free kick. Obviously fancy themselves.
8 league games for Bournemouth without a win against Brentford. There was obviously a playoff first leg victory over the Bees here back in 2021, the year that Brentford went up through the playoffs. But Bournemouth haven't beaten Brentford in the Premier League so far. 5 games, 3 defeats, 2 draws. And we're still waiting for this free kick, which is over on the far side in front of the East Stand. But the referee Craig Pawson's going to have a chat with Johan Wisser and Kevin Sharda again, because there's all sorts going on in sort of the defensive line, which is about 30 yards out from the Bournemouth goal. It's all congested, Willow. It's quite unusual for a free kick so deep and everyone to be so high, and they pump it to the edge of the Bournemouth box. Zabani wins the first header, Tyler Adams wins the second, Damsgaard brings the third ball under control, Ryan Christie gets a foot in there and it ricochets up towards halfway, and Mbeumo has the ball at his feet. Skips away from Justin Kluivert, but Kluivert's battling to win it back, and he does win it back fairly so, says the referee, and Bournemouth can break here. Kluivert inside the centre circle, he finds Christie ahead of him to the left. Christie, heavy touch from Ryan Christie, he couldn't recover, and that allowed Norgard to get back and put it out of play on the far side. There's a throw into Bournemouth 18 yards out. Tyler Adams is going to leave it for Milos Kirkes.
Yeah, we had 3. Tav was in there. We had 3 waiting for it on the far post there.
Lewis Cook with a cross to the edge of the box. Poor cross from Cook, no height on it, and he's furious with himself again. Zabani goes back to his goalkeeper Kepa. Kepa brings it under control and will send it out to this near side, the right for Bournemouth, over the head of Tavernier. Lewis Potter wins the second header as the ball bounces up, and then Pinnock goes back to Flecken, the goalkeeper. And Evan Nilsson is sniffing around on the edge of the box, so Flecken clears up towards halfway. A lot of backspin on that clearance. Schade has a lot of time to bring it under control. Bit of frustration amongst the home fans, because Brentford are going to break through Schade down the right. 1-2 with Mbeumo. Schade still going into the box. Square ball across the face of goal. No one there to tap it in.
That was an amazing run by Schade. That would have been assist of the season.
He just kept going and going and going. Such pace. But here come Bournemouth at the other end. Kluivert, space for Kerkez on the left. If Kluivert can find him, he can. 25 yards out. Square ball back in field to Christie on the edge of the box now. He finds Kluivert again, top of the D. And Tavernier will work it out to the right side of the box in Lewis Cook. Back out to Cook again. 1-2 with Tavernier. Square ball to Kluivert, edge of the area. Brentford again, everyone back bar Schade defending on the edge of their own 18-yard area, and Bournemouth just allowed to have the ball and ping it right to left to right. Semenyo steps in off the touchline to a central position. They find Howson, who's joined in almost like a midfielder now at the moment. Down the line he goes, finds the feed of Kerkez to the byline, low cross in, cut off at the front post by Collins.
Kerkez again.
Here's Dean Howson. Over on the left, looks up, delivers a cross to the back post, looking for Tavernier, too much on it, bounces out of play, goal kick. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1, the Cherries taking the lead in the 17th minute. Vitaly Janot with the own goal off a Milos Kerkez cross. But then on the half-hour mark, Brentford with the equaliser and Mbeumo with the corner. Kepa came to punch, he didn't get there. Johan Wissa won the header, put it into the back of the net. And we're all square at 1-1. On BBC Radio Solent and the BBC Sounds app, and Flecken's messing around with it again inside his 6-yard box, the Brentford goalkeeper. Under pressure from Evan Nilsson, he smashes the clearance straight out of play down this near side.
Manager just giving him both barrels there.
Brentford 2 games without a win, beaten by Villa last time out, drew with with Everton before that. Bournemouth 3 without a win. You remember a lot of talk about it earlier on this season as well. Brentford dreadful away from home, brilliant at home, but they have turned that around to win their last 4 away games in the Premier League. Brentford beating Leicester, West Ham, Palace and Southampton. Here's Tavernier, edge of the box, lays it into the area, finds Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson shoots low, shoots wide, and it's a goal kick. Lovely play from Bournemouth again in the build-up. Tavernier into the path of Evan Nilsson, just let the ball roll across his body, the Brazilian. But he was squeezed too wide. It was a tight angle. There were defenders in the way too.
I would have had £100 he was going to chop back
onto the left foot again.
Yeah, I'm certain he was going to do it, but he tried to sneak it in through the goalkeeper's legs, I think.
Flecken, clearance long out to the far side, the Brentford right. Semenyo wins the header. There's no one on the second ball for Bournemouth, and Brentford give it away. Tyler Adams has it inside the centre circle. He's got Tavernier to his right. He's got Kluivert and Evan Nilsson ahead of him. Here's Christie, edge of the box. They find Semenyo. Difficult ball to control, but he does it brilliantly. Lays it back to Christie, edge of the area. On his left foot, shoots! Oh, it's just wide.
Dear me, that's close.
Not a great deal of power behind it from Christie, but it just caught everyone out, I think. He managed to squeeze it through so many bodies. Here's the angle from behind the ball. Oh, it's wider than I thought in the end. But still not too far away. Goal kick 1-1.
Well, that for me, I've just seen that happen from the edge of the box. I would get myself in that situation. Everybody can shoot from there.
Bournemouth have been given so much space on the edge of the area.
Absolutely.
Howson, Christie, when you think about it, Tavernier sometimes.
Get some shots away.
Unable to really capitalise on it so far. Here's Zabani. Zabani clears long from the back, looking for Evan Nilsson. It's over the Brazilian's head, and Collins wins the header, and down to Norgard on halfway. Here's Damsgaard. Ball into the box, looking for the run of Wissa and Mbeumo, but it would in between both of them, and that allowed Kepa to come out and claim for Bournemouth.
Yeah, Mbeumo made the better of the 2 runs, but Kepa was still able to pick it up quite easily.
Bournemouth's last official league win over Brentford, coming in August 2014 in the Championship. 1-0 here at the Vitality.
Who scored?
Do you want to have a guess? 2014.
James Hayter, too early.
2014. Premier League era.
Premier League,
just before the Premier League era, because it was in the Championship.
God, the years fly by.
Eddie Howe team still works in now in the coaching element of the
Tommy?
No, lower in the youth team at the moment. I think he is under 21s, maybe under 18s. Here's Semenyo. We'll come back to that in a minute. Lays it off to the right, and Cliver to not quite to Evan Nilsson in the box.
Great play.
It was nearly perfect. It was read by Collins and Brentford clear. Semenyo wins it back via a block by Kirkes, and Tyler Adams has it inside the centre circle. Tyler Adams still dribbling forward, works it out to the right. Lewis Cook. Just 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half, despite all the time wasting over the throw-ins from Brentford. Ball into the box, looking for Evan Nilsson, cleared by Pinnock, only as far as Clive at edge of the area. Lays it off to the left, room for Christie. Square ball to the left in Semenyo. Semenyo curls one goal as he curls it over the bar. Out of play, goal kick, and that's the cue for a lot of fans to go and get their half-time pie and pint, and maybe a cue for you to start getting your first half thoughts into Jono Holmes, who will guide you through the break. What have you made of this from Bournemouth so far? It's been another game of it being there, but not quite there in the final third, bar the own goal that was scored. At Solent Sport, please, on X. 08000 321 333 is the WhatsApp number. Make Solent the first word of your message. 81333 on the text start. Those with Solent 2. Don't forget, text will be charged at your standard network rate. We'll recap the scores from elsewhere for you today and bring you reaction from our 3 o'clock commentaries on BBC Radio. Solent defeats for Southampton and for Pompey, and a draw for Havant and Waterloo. As the half-time whistle goes here at the Vitality Stadium, all square at the break between Bournemouth and Brentford. An own goal from Vitaly Yanuk gave the Cherries the lead in the 17th minute after some great work down the left from Semenyo and Kirkes, who supplied the assist. But then it was another Brentford set piece that got them back in the game and levelled it up on the half-hour mark. Mbeumo with the delivery. Kepa came for the corner. He went for the punch. He missed the punch. And Johan Wissa was waiting in behind him to head into the empty net. And that's why it's Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1 at the break. John Williams.
Yes, negatives is the set play, conceded, and everyone will be disappointed about that. But listen, what we've done here tonight is just a continuation of the way we've been playing. We've had plenty of possession. We've got in wide positions. Kirkes looks a threat every time he goes down that left-hand side. I'm thinking, will he make some changes? One or two of them. I'm just wondering, Tav, is he a little bit quiet? Haven't mentioned him too much today, so we may have a couple of changes to freshen things up after half time.
More from John Williams to come in the second half. At Solent Sport, please, for your reaction on X. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Make Solent the first word of your message. 81333 on the text start. Those with Solent 2. Half time at the Vitality Stadium in the Premier League. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1.
Really not happy. John Musino, the Pompey manager, speaking to Andy Moon following their loss at Preston this afternoon. We brought you that game on Solent Sports, and we're going to dive back into the second half in a second of the Cherries up against Brentford at Vitality Stadium. Chris in Southbourne says, fascinating contest this one. Little to choose between the teams. Brentford looking dangerous. Cherries need to step it up a gear to get the win in this match. Get your thoughts into me on 81333 Solent first word. WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Again, Solent at the start of your message, and X at Solent Sport. Read as many of your messages out as I can after the full-time whistle, but let's head back to Vitality Stadium where the players are coming back onto the pitch. John Williams and Jordan Clark, your commentary team.
Welcome back to the Vitality. Players are out for the second half. No changes for either side at the break. So Bournemouth will line up. Kepa in goal. Lewis Cook, Ilya Zabani, Dean Howson, Milos Kirkes, the back four from right to left. Tyler Adams and Ryan Christie, the two central midfielders. Justin Kluivert in the 10. Anton Semenyo down the right. Marcus Tavernier down the left. In fact, switch that around. Tavernier down the right. Semenyo down the left. Evan Nilsson through the middle. Referee Craig Pawson gets us back underway. It is Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. And the Cherries in this second half are shooting from our right to left towards the Steve Fletcher North stand. Brentford are on the tack over on the left-hand side. And they are nudged out of play for a goal kick to the Cherries. So Bournemouth red and black tops, black shorts, black socks. shooting towards the Steve Fletcher North stand. We're commentating from the main stand. Brentford are pink shirts, purple shorts and pink socks, shooting from our left to right towards the Ted McDougall South stand. And all that rustling you can hear in the background is Ken, who works on the door here at the media entrance. He's brought cake up for everyone in the press box and it's being passed along the line now. We're all most grateful. Thank you very much, Ken. John Williams' eyes have just lit up. And we'll do the Brentford side for you in a moment. Bournemouth have the ball on the edge of their own 18-yard area. Forward looking for Evan Nilsson, one back by Norgard. Brentford Flecken in goal, 4-2-3-1 like the Cherries. Aya, Collins, Pinnock and Lewis Potter their back four from right to left. Norgard and Janout are the two central midfielders. Damsgaard's in the number 10. Mbuemo's down the right, Sharda down the left and Wisser through the middle in the 9. Kirkes cross to the back post, looking for Tavernier, wins the header, keeps it in. He's now pushed back over by the corner flag. Finds Justin Cliver, right side of the box. Held up on the right corner of the area. Pushed back to about 20 yards out. Cliver delivers a cross into the box. Semenyo off the crossbar! Oh, all he had to do was get it on target and be the goalkeeper. And he's rattled the bar, Anton Semenyo. Free header, less than 6 yards out. Bournemouth should be 2-1 up, but it's still 1-1. John Williams.
Yeah, most definitely, you know. I don't know, the goalkeeper got something on it, but the one place, I mean, it's one of them situations you've got to, as you say, you've got to hit the target with it, even if you can just direct it away. But he's just gone for power and headed everything he possibly could. It's just
goalkeeper's nowhere
near it now.
Oh, huge chance for Bournemouth at the start of the second half. It was a beautiful ball from Clivert. And Semenyo just couldn't finish it off. Yeah, I hope Bournemouth aren't going to be looking back at that again, like some of the chances they were at Tottenham last Sunday. Cook down the right, finds Tavernier in the box, not quite. One back by Lewis Potter, who goes back to Flecken, his goalkeeper, and then clears up
Great
towards
header.
halfway. Kirkes wins the header in front of him. Christie brings it under control via Semenyo, works it back out to the left in Semenyo. Space for Semenyo to drive down the line if he wants to. Instead he puts his foot on the ball and works it square infield along the ground to Christie. Here's Cliver, edge of the area, 1-2 with Evan Nilsson. Cliver inside the box, tricky feet, square ball cut off at the front post. Back out to Cliver, still inside the area. Couple of step overs from Cliver. Lays it to Tyler Adams, square ball to the left in Kirkes, 20 yards out. Clivert's still out on the left as well for Bournemouth as he just drifts out of the box. Clivert, ball into the area, looking for the feet of Semenyo. Cut off by Nathan Collins. And it's back with Collins now on the byline, has the ball at his feet, and Brentford are trying to pass their way out from the back, and they do. Aya just pass it straight to Tyler Adams though. One back for Bournemouth. To Kirkes, left touchline, 20 yards out. Square ball infield to the feet of Tyler Adams. Back out to the left wing now and Justin Cliver. Held up about 10 yards out. Works his way to the byline and wins a corner for the Cherries. Their first of the second half. Bright start to the second 45 from Bournemouth. It's 1-1 here at the Vitality Stadium on BBC Radio Solent and the BBC Sounds app across the UK.
Yeah, he'll try and swing this one in, Clivert. Haven't got one in the locker where we hit the far toast.
Yeah.
Possibly this could be it coming up.
Which is where Howson is bouncing around. And Zabani. That's the voice of John Williams, the former Bournemouth defender and assistant manager. Corner, Clivert towards the penalty spot, headed away by Pinnock. Christie recycles it on the edge of the area. Sends it back out to the left in Clivert. And then Bournemouth work it square again back into the middle in Kirkes, halfway inside Brentford territory. His cross towards the back post is looking for Howson and Zabani. Howson keeps it in, finds Lewis Cook right side of the box, lays it back to Tavernier, 25 yards out. It's back out wide right now to Cook. Cook skips away from his marker once and then twice to the byline, stands one up to the back post. No one there in red and black, and Damsgaard will twist and turn away from trouble and then clear outside the 18-yard area, but one back by Tyler Adams and Christie. Bournemouth reset. Zabani just outside the centre circle, diagonal ball to the left, brought under control on the thigh of Justin Cliver. He's got Christie to his right. Christie, left edge of the area. Christie away from Damsgaard, hacked down. It is a free kick to Bournemouth in a dangerous position, in line with the left corner of the box, 23 yards out. Bournemouth are 1-1 with Brentford. Vitaly Janot with the own goal in the 17th minute, his second own goal in his last 6 games. and then Johan Wissa with the equaliser on the half-hour mark. And Bournemouth and Kluivert and Tavernier are looking to Sean Cooper for instructions now for this free kick. That's Semenyo unmarked outside the D, Lewis Cook unmarked over on the right side of the box. This free kick's on the left, in line with the left corner of the box, and about 6 yards out. So say 24 in total. It's going to be the left foot of Tavernier. It's curling, it's headed away, drops to Tyler Adams, and now Semenyo unmarked on the edge of the box, but the whistle is gone for a foul by Tyler Adams on Damsgaard, I think it is, who's down. No, it's Janholt who's back up on his feet. He's in a bit of pain. I think he's had his foot trodden on by Tyler Adams. Free kick to Brentford on the edge of their own area. The two subs benches for you then, for both managers in terms of options. Bournemouth have got David Brooks, Alex Scott, Dongo Watara, Luis Sinisterra, Julio Soler, Daniel Jefferson, James Hill, Ben Winterburn, and then Will Dennis is their sub-goalkeeper. Brentford have got Vladimir Madsen, their sub-goalkeeper, Vandenberg, me, Yarmaluk, Konak, Maghoma, Kim, Morgan and Frederick. Throw into the Cherries in the right back position. Lewis Cook keeping his place at right back despite Zabani's return and James Hill being available. Here's Damsgaard, left side of the Bournemouth box, foot in there from Tyler Adams. Out of play. Throw in to Brentford in front of their travelling supporters, 1,500 of them packed into that right hand third of the east stand opposite us. Kevin Schade will send a long throw in fact he'll go short to Damsgaard, and then Damsgaard back to Janholt to the left, and Damsgaard cross into the box, missed header by Christie, second ball won by Bournemouth, back into the box from Brentford. Zabani heads away, Norgard is there, but he can only find Ryan Christie, and Christie's going to dribble away from 2 or 3 tackles and then launch one into the Brentford half looking for Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson can't get on the end of it. Lewis Potter was there first, and they'll send it back to their goalkeeper Flecken. John Williams.
Well, it's been Bournemouth pressure. We've hit the crossbar. We've had free kick, edge of the box. It's been referee, well, just given a
free kick against Tyler Adams.
Yeah, I think it was Adams was just trying to poke the ball away, but couldn't get through his legs.
It's a chilly old March evening at the Vitality Stadium. Clear skies overhead. Now pitch black, floodlights on. And it'll be a free kick to Brentford just inside the Bournemouth half, which the goalkeeper Flecken, who's in ice blue goalkeeper top shorts and socks, will take from inside the Bournemouth half. Cherries form their defensive line about 25 yards out, maybe a touch more. Brentford have got 2 players in Wissa and Schade, stood well offside. Flecken sends it diagonal out to the right, flicked on by Pinnock. Kirkes traps it on the edge of his own box, and then his clearance is charged down, but Lewis Cook wins it for Bournemouth on the right, sends it down the line to Tavernier. Tavernier gets his head up early, sends it down the line looking for Tyler Adams, halfway inside the Brentford half. 1-2, Tavernier on the return. Right side of the box, Tavernier can't skip past 2 Brentford players. He got past one, but not the other.
No, he should have crossed it. He checked back and tried to beat the second man.
Now Brentford will come forward at the other end. There's the goal scorer Wissa on the halfway line. Dribbling down the left, and Lewis Potter. Wissa joins back in again. He's bundled out of play, and it will be a free kick or a throw-in, Willow. Free kick, I think.
Free kick,
yeah. 18 yards out, right on the touchline on the far side, so Brentford's left. They're shooting towards the Ted Mack South stand in this second half. Dean Howson it was, who just... Well, there wasn't a great deal in that, was there?
Nothing.
He's just thrown himself to the ground.
Yeah.
The smallest of touches on the shoulder from Dean Howson.
Yeah.
Clever from Johan Wissa. And it's a dangerous free kick now for Brentford. They are deadly from set pieces. They've already scored from one, and the man who put the ball in, Mbeumo, is going to deliver this cross. This one will be out swinging, unlike the corner from the first half. Here it comes, left-footed. It's towards the 6-yard area. It's headed down, and Evan Nilsson gets the second header, and there's a flag up for offside. Free kick to the Cherries. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. Live on BBC Radio Solent and BBC Sounds across the UK. Your smart speakers, if you ask them to play BBC Radio Solent, and around the world too via the AFC Bournemouth website. Here's Howson on the edge of his own 18-yard area. He's just...
Did he get mixed up there?
No, he meant to do it. He's just ran past the ball. It was like a dummy to send Wissa the wrong way.
It didn't send me. I
So
don't casual.
Willow's heart was in his mouth there.
Absolutely.
Here's Cliver driving forward through the middle. Skips past a couple of players, lays it into the path of Marcus Tavernier. Tavernier's square ball is blocked, and then Flecken dives on the rebound. And that's the second opportunity down the right for Tavernier, where he's just not been able to execute that final moment, Willow.
No, we did say about that at half time. I mean, Semenyo, people put 2 and 3 people on him now. They know what he's all about, and that's why it's been more difficult for him to get in the game. But having said that, you know, if he's got 2 marking him, somebody else is spare.
Yeah, it's a great point. Kepa, edge of his 18-yard area. Questions will be asked again over Kepa's involvement in the goal for Brentford. Corner came in, he came to punch, he didn't get there. Wissa was waiting behind him to head into the goal. Here's Howson, ball along the ground, up the line, this near side to the halfway line. Semenyo's held up by Aya, who's literally got his arms wrapped around Antoine Semenyo, cuddling him. No free kick, says the referee. Zabani.
It's almost a man-to-man marking job, isn't it?
It was a proper man-to-man marking job. Tavernier's on the right, cuts in onto his left foot, square ball to Cliver, just outside the centre circle, driving forward, thinks about a long-range shot. Instead, square ball to the left to Semenyo, left corner of the box. Back to the right, here's Ryan Christie. Christie lifts one towards the back post. Lewis Cook keeps it in. Can he find a red and black shirt? Christie wins the second header. And then Brentford smash it up towards halfway. And there's a late whistle again from referee Craig Pawson for a free kick, I think, against Evan Ilson. Maybe Christie, who knows. Either way, it's a free kick to Brentford. I think it's against Christie. He barged and nudged Norgard over. Yeah, free kick, fair play.
Got to keep this nice and intense, keep this traffic going towards Brentford as much as we can.
This is the first of 3 home games for Bournemouth in their next 4. Big run, big opportunity coming up. But here's Mbuemo, right side of the Bournemouth box, into the area, onto his left foot, shoots, deflects straight into the arms of Kepa. Kirkes did well, did enough.
He did do enough, but he got enough to take the sting out of it, so it was a dolly catch.
Here is Kirkes in the left back position for Bournemouth, up the line to Evan Ilson. Evan Ilson has his ankles clipped. They try and take the free kick quickly. Brentford surrounded the ball. Surely one of them's going to get a yellow card. Referee says no, you were deliberately trying to kick it into an opposition player. Well, they didn't move. Well, that's always a yellow card, isn't it? I think
what you've got to do nowadays, you've got to make the space yourself. You've got to move it away from them.
Irola doesn't think that. He's right in the ear of the 4th official, David Webb again. Here's Tyler Adams on the halfway line. Adams again has been really good for Bournemouth, with the ball and without it defensively. Here he is, just pulling the strings in that quarterback role. Christie down the line looking for Kirkes, sliding tackle from Meyer. The right back for Brentford gets there first. It's back with Christie on the halfway line. Oh, cheeky back heel from Christie, infield to the feet of Howson, but then Tyler Adams, having just praised him, has given it away. Now he's on the battle to win it back from Damsgaard, but Damsgaard sends it down the line. This near right hand side for Brentford and Mbuemo. Christie steps in, wins it back. That didn't go out of play, Willow. I'm not sure that went out of play. Throw-in, says the assistant referee. That ball bounced off of Ryan Christie about 3 times, and I'm adamant it didn't go out of play. 2 balls on the pitch now, and we will eventually get a throw-in halfway inside the Bournemouth half down the right, which Aya will take. Norgard's really struggling for Brentford. Their skipper is hobbling around.
Well, why did he go off?
Well, so Aya's waiting to take the throw-in. He's asking the referee whether his captain needs treatment. Sort it out between yourselves, guys. The referee needs to get
he's all right
them
now.
a hurry on. Is he moving okay now, is he? Miraculous. He's not moving okay, to be fair to him. He is really struggling. He's looking to the bench now. The impact, I think he's saying, on his ankle. Meanwhile, it's a corner to Brentford. They've worked one down this near side, and it's going to be Mbuemo to deliver, left-footed in, swinging again. More defending for Bournemouth to do from a Brentford set piece.
It's going to be some refreshing legs coming on after this corner.
I think Sinistera not far away from Bournemouth, and Mbeumo's walking away from the ball now because he wants to have a chat with Yanal. And the boos are because they're taking so long over this corner.
The referee's got his hand on the watch.
Good. Corner will now be delivered. Mbeumo, left-footed, curling to the front post. Kluivert heads away and out of play. Throw in to Brentford. About 16 yards out down this near side, the Brentford right. And again, no one's coming across the tape. Eventually, Sharda jogs over. Kirkes is furious, trying to get the assistant referee and the referee to hurry things up. Irola's back in the ear of the fourth official. Sharda has come across to take a long throw in, and he thought about a short one, and now he's going to reset himself, and Bournemouth are going to defensively reset inside the box, and Sharda launches a long throw all the way to the corner of the 6-yard box, headed away by Howson. Back out with Sharda, right side of the box, ball at his feet, left-footed cross low, cut off by Ryan Christie, and he clears up towards halfway, finds Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson lays it to the left, just inside the Bournemouth half in Kluivert. Break on if Bournemouth want it. Here's Evan Nilsson, one-on-one with Lewis Potter. Evan Nilsson's got the better of him, into the box, he's wide left though, square ball, Flecken dives down to his left and gathers it. Semenyo would have had a tap in if the goalkeeper would have missed it. It's another big opportunity for Bournemouth, and that final ball just not there again, still 1-1.
He went for the obvious. You know, if he throws the goalkeeper a dummy, he keeps going there.
I think he was running out of room though, Willow, Evan Nilsson.
No, I think he could have, one more touch would have took him even more forward.
Brentford playing out from the back. Flecken hurried into the clearance by Evan Nilsson up towards halfway. That's just got the home supporters going inside the Vitality Stadium. Pinnock on the edge of his own 18-yard area, launches it up towards halfway. Here's Justin Kluivert, brings it under control. Bournemouth beaten 3-2 by Brentford in the reverse fixture last year,
press here,
having led twice. It was Bournemouth set play, you remember, as well, that gave them their second goal through Justin Kluivert so brilliantly. That kind of finesse and quality just hasn't quite been there for Bournemouth as they call their first substitution back. Iraola and Tommy Elphick give the nod to Luis Sinistera. It's time for the Colombian. It's up with Sharda now, halfway inside the Bournemouth half, held up by Howson but turns away from him. Sharda still dribbling into the box, left side of it to the byline, goes down, nothing in it, goal kick, 1-1.
Come on, get your kit off, you've got to get on.
Alright, it's a bit cold for that. Oh, you're talking to Luis. Long clearance from Bournemouth up towards Semenyo. Semenyo takes a throw in quickly, square, infield, 2 balls on the pitch. It bounces off of Semenyo, one of them goes back out of play, so we continue on the field. Kirkes to Christie. Here's Kluivert, 25 yards out, central position, finds Christie, edge of the box. In and around the D, Kluivert's there again and gets the ball back. Space over on the right for Lewis Cook and Marcus Tavernier. They're getting each other's way. Tavernier has it at his feet. Works it back infield, square along the ground to Kluivert. Kluivert dribbles into the area, dribbles straight into Kevin Sharda, and now Brentford will try and break. Tyler Adams comes across, wins it back. Stops it from going out of play over on the right. Works it infield to Tavernier. Tavernier, 30 yards out. Maybe a touch more. Square ball to Howson. And Christie joins in, and again Brentford with everyone back behind the ball bar Wissa. They work it to Kirkes down the left. Square ball infield to Christie, to the top of the box, dummy from Kluivert. Evan Nilsson lays off to Tavernier, he's round the stanchion. That black post which is holding the net up is shaking. It's out for a goal kick. It's still Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. Tavernier with the chance, couldn't hit the target.
That is a real chance. Could have took all the gas off it and just gone for placement to his edge of the box, inside the box in fact. Couldn't keep the ball down, dear me.
First change imminent for Bournemouth. Brentford are going to make 1-2. Flecken clears. The Brentford goalkeeper launches it into the Bournemouth half from the goal kick. Free kick for a push on Lewis Cook by Sharda.
Right, let's see who's
coming off, Willow. Semenyo, Tavernier.
Tav, I think. I mean, would have been ironic if he'd have put that in, but
Kirkes down the left. Semenyo, that Bournemouth still inside their own half. And Semenyo's been sent all the way back to the edge of his own box. Sensibly goes back to Kepa. Kepa clears long with his left foot up towards halfway. Kerkez and Mbeumo in an aerial battle, won by Mbeumo. Here's Yanal, scorer of the own goal in the first half, which gave Bournemouth the lead. Poor clearance from Zabani, and then he's won it back after a poor pass from Mbeumo, looking for Wisso, was straight to the Ukrainian. Now Bournemouth can try and break. Zabani still driving forward. Christie's got the ball at his feet, edge of the box. He's got Semenyo to his left. Here is Semenyo, about 8 yards out, left side of the box, right footed cross to the back post, brought under control by Tavernier. He's looking for support.
I would have volleyed
Lewis
that.
Cook right. Cook with the cross to the back post, hangs it in the air. Semenyo gets up, cleared by Norgard. Still we wait for Sinistera to be introduced. He's sprinting on the touchline, trying to keep himself warm. Bournemouth have the ball on the edge of the box. Kluivert into the area, finds Evan Nilsson. Oh, it was nearly a lovely turn from Evan Nilsson. Didn't quite execute it. Flag was up for offside anyway. Free kick to Brentford. First change for Bournemouth. Luis Sinistera's coming on. Ryan Christie is coming off. Marcus Tavernier is going to drop into midfield alongside Tyler Adams.
Well, they must be protecting him, surely. He's been everywhere again.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, they're just protecting him. Yeah. Just a little bit in the ear there from the manager.
So Sinistera to the left. Semenyo switches out and over to the right in front of the east stand. Tavernier goes into central midfield alongside Tyler Adams. Kluivert stays in the 10 in behind Evan Nilsson. And that's how your Bournemouth 11 are looking now, with a back four of Cook, Zabani, Houghton and Kerkez from right to left, and Kepa in goal with 25 minutes just under to go. Ball's long into the Brentford half. They'll send it out to the far side, and Lewis Potter, he works it back infield. Houghton wins it back high for Bournemouth. Tavernier steps in and finds Sinistera, his first touch of the game. Back to Houghton inside the centre circle. Short sleeves and gloves for Luis Sinistera, matching up with Houghton and Zabani. Here's Tavernier out to the left in Kerkez, 25 yards out Bournemouth, to the feet of Sinistera. He's going to have a run at his man to the byline. Low cross into the front post. Evan Nilsson doesn't get there. Stabbed up into the air, out of play. Throw into Bournemouth deep inside the Brentford half. By the corner flag away to our left, Milos Kerkez will take.
He's took it quickly. Oh, nice little dink.
Houghton dinks it to Kerkez. Kerkez with the cross in, headed away by Brentford. Wissa brings it under control. He's marked closely by Tavernier. Tavernier drags him back, and it's a yellow card for Marcus Tavernier.
Yeah, they were both sprinting for the ball, and yeah, one of them things. Very annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't have any complaints really.
No,
it's very
no,
deliberate. No. Wissa was away. He knew what he was doing. He's taken one for the team. First yellow card of the game goes to Marcus Tavernier from referee Craig Pawson. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 1. Double change coming up any moment for Brentford. They're going to send on Sepp Vandenberg, the centre back, and they're also going to send on Yahor Yarmouk. Balls to the right side of the Bournemouth box. Aya, cross to the back post. Cook heads away in front of Sharda. Brentford have it back in halfway inside Bournemouth's half in Damsgaard. The Dane works it out to the right in the feet of Aya, the right back. 18 yards out from the Bournemouth goal line. Down the line to Damsgaard, almost on the byline. Dinks a little ball to the right side of the box. And then back to Damsgaard. Sinistera gets an important block in there. And it's a throw in to Brentford, 6 yards out, away to our right, which Sharda will come across the take. And there's another long one incoming.
Yeah, it's the sort of a Neil Young medium range here. Doesn't reach the 6 yard box.
It definitely has. The last one definitely did. I think you're doing him a bit of a disservice there. This one probably won't now that I've said that. Keep your eye on it.
Well, it wasn't him who took it.
Yeah, it was Sharda. He takes all the long throw-ins. Yeah, that one is just
no
about
chance.
Just reached the edge of the 6 yard area. Bournemouth have cleared. That one slipped out of his hands as well. It's that Jew we were talking about in the first half. Another throw into Brentford. Evan Nilsson with the tackle. This one is about 12 yards out. 12 yards out? Yeah, let's go with that. Sharda again will wind one up. Still wait for that double change for Brentford. In comes the long throw in again to the corner of the 6 yard area. Bounces, they don't deal with it, and it's smashed in. Christian Norgard puts Brentford in front for the first time. And it's another set piece, this time from a throw-in. And there'll be big question marks over the Bournemouth defending. How it's made its way that far into the Bournemouth area for Norgard to smash past Kepa.
Well, it
is Brentford who now go 2-1 up on the Cherries. John Williams.
Well, the first thing, it's a long throw, and we've let the ball bounce. How the ball can bounce in the six, almost outside the 6-yard box. After if there's no first contact and the ball bounces, it's who gets there first. That's so disappointing. That can be better done. That.
You remember, Willow, they conceded something similar away at Brentford earlier on this season, the Cherries. Well, Andoni Iraola will be furious with that, I'm sure.
Oh, they will, because they've outgunned us in the air there.
So double change for Brentford now being made. Christopher Ayer is coming off the right back, and Sepp van den Berg is coming on. And Vitaly Janelt, who scored Bournemouth's goal in the first half, putting it into the back of his own net, is off. And on comes Yarmola. So Damsgaard has gone in it right back for Brentford. Sorry, Van den Berg has gone in it right back for Brentford. And Yarmola into defensive midfield alongside Norgard, who's just scored the goal to give Brentford the lead for the first time. And again, you're looking back at the chances Bournemouth have missed already in this second half.
Yeah, that'll always come up, but we have to deal with that long throw better than we did. Hate conceding from set plays.
2 set plays, 2 goals for Brentford. 1 in the first half, 1 in the second. And another long throw.
I don't think Kepa's had a save to make, is he?
No. He's picked the ball out the back of his net twice, that's it. And Semenyo's hit the crossbar at the other end in this first half. Tavernier's curled one off the stanchion. That's not a great clearance by Flecken. It's made its way to the halfway line, the centre circle. Tyler Adams brings it under control, and they'll work it out to the left through Tavernier to Sinisterra. Left side of the box, square ball to the top of the area. Tyler Adams back to Sinisterra. Space for Kirkes down the left. Here is Kirkes, held up about 18 yards out. Works it back in field to the feet of Tavernier. Howson's to his right. Howson lifts it back out to the left in Kirkes. Chests it down, kills it dead. Immediately Van den Berg is out there to just hold Kirkes up, so Howson brings it under control through the middle, ball into the box, looking for Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson goes down inside the box.
Offside.
Flags up for offside. Bournemouth won a penalty. Referee says free kick to Brentford. Evan Nilsson's still down on the corner of the 6-yard area. You've seen that so many times from Evan Nilsson, getting goal side, drawing the contact. But it won't count because he was offside. Here's the replays. Yeah, his right knee, his right shoulder in fact.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of him offside, yeah.
Is what has done it. So even if they will be checking it back in Stockley Park. Paul Tierney is VAR. They're checking possible penalty or the offside. It's going to be the offside.
Yeah. I think it might be a penalty if he kept onside initially, you know.
I think so. There was enough in that, based on some of the penalties we've seen being given recently. Ball's on the edge of the Bournemouth box. Diving header from Dean Howson to clear. Sinisterra can't keep it in. Van den Berg does for Brentford. Norgard forward to the right edge of the Bournemouth box. And out of play, throw into the Cherries in the left back. This is the kind of situation now where we really find out what this Andoni Iraola side is made of. 3 games without a win, creeping down the table, having been so good for so long this season. 1-0 up. They soon find themselves 2-1 down at home to Brentford. They need another one of those dramatic late comebacks. And Semenyo's won the ball strongly over on the far side, and the assistant referee stepped in and said that's a free kick. And it's all kicking off a little bit over there with Kevin Sharder getting involved when he really doesn't need to.
No, he's just winding people up, that's all he's doing.
I can't see who it is who's down in a heap over on the far side. The referee's going to book Antoine Semenyo in a minute. Well, I mean, it's on the far side from us, but your initial take on that from Semenyo? He can't believe that's been given as a free kick.
No, he's just stood his ground, and I think his shoulder's gone into his. Oh dear me, referee, what have you done?
It's so soft, isn't it? Is it because his left arm? Watch his left arm. His left arm and his elbow comes up.
He gets his body in between the ball.
Into the chin of the left back, Keane Lewis Potter. That's what's done it, I think.
Well,
free kick to Brentford. Keane Lewis Potter's up and on his feet. He's absolutely fine. And I'm pretty sure it was a yellow card to Semenyo, although I didn't actually see it being given, but he definitely had his yellow card ready to go, the referee Craig Pawson. Yeah, yellow card to Semenyo.
That's a disappointing challenge by the referee, giving a foul for that and a booking.
15 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2. Here's Sinisterra down the left. Sinisterra cuts infield onto his right foot, still going, 25 yards out. Whoa. Sends it out to the right in the feet of Semenyo. Semenyo kills it dead, right side of the box, trying to drive into the area, lays it off to Kluivert. Kluivert doesn't skip away from Yarmoliuk. It's back out over on the left-hand side for Brentford. Sharda goes down. Semenyo with the foul. He's got to be careful now, Antoine Semenyo.
They'll have to take him off.
He's just been booked. He's just fouled Sharda. Just a free kick, says the referee. He plays his game right on the edge, Antoine Semenyo. He's physical, he's aggressive. Referees, I think, almost certainly in the last couple of months will have had a chat about Antoine Semenyo, because I don't remember him giving away that many free kicks early on in the season.
That one was actually a free kick.
The bar was higher, the physicality was allowed to go. He's really being penalised a lot now, Antoine Semenyo. Ball's over on the far side. Yarmoliuk dribbling down the touchline, almost to the corner flag, marked closely by Tyler Adams and Antoine Semenyo. Semenyo nudges Yarmoliuk, and the ball goes out of play, and it's been given as a throw-in or a corner. Double change coming up. James Hill and David Brooks about to come on. It could be, I think, the last we've seen of Antoine Semenyo this evening.
He's going to go through at the back then, is he? Or he's going to move Cookie up into midfield, see if we can get an extra man in there.
It's going to be some kind of reshuffle. In the meantime, it's another long throw-in from Kevin Sharda over on the far side. Brentford scored from the last one. Bournemouth failed to deal with it. Sharda again winds one up. It's high into the sky. It's flicked on into the 6-yard area. Headed away by Sinisterra. Damsgaard shoots from the edge of the box. It's wide. It was going over as well. It's out of play. It's a goal kick. It's Bournemouth 1. It's Brentford 2. The Cherries are making a double substitution.
Show your appreciation, please, for 19, Justin Kluivert.
Justin Kluivert's coming off. Tyler Adams is sprinting over too, and he's also coming off. Antoine Semenyo stays on. David Brooks and James Hill. Intriguing substitution, Willow. Kluivert off and Tyler Adams off. James Hill on.
Yeah, Cookie's gone into the midfield, I think. Just have a look in a minute.
And David Brooks on. So Dongo Watara stays on the bench for some impact later on. And Bournemouth now have a long throw specialist of their own on the pitch. So we've now got Lewis Cook into midfield, Willow, alongside Tavernier, just swapping with Tyler Adams. James Hill in at right back, and David Brooks into the 10. Here's Norgod on the halfway line. It's his goal in the second half that separates the two sides. Here's Mbuemo down this near right-hand side, one-on-one with Kirkes. Goes down the line, finds the underlap of Norgard, held up by Lewis Cook and Marcus Tavernier. Kirkes steps in, gets a good foot in there and wins it back for Bournemouth, and now Tavernier can carry it out and up towards halfway. First touch for David Brooks. Silver boots, sends it back out to the left in the white boots of Luis Sinisterra. Sinisterra in onto his right foot, moving into a more central position. Checks and passes the ball back out to the left in the feed of Marcus Tavernier. Tavernier stops, waits, then finds the pass back infield to Lewis Cook, who works it straight out to the right, and James Hill, who gets his first touch of the game. 1-2 with Brooks and Zabani now just outside the centre circle. Bournemouth patient, about to tick into the final 10 minutes here at the Vitality Stadium. Tavernier edge of the box, to the left he finds Sinisterra. Sinisterra held up, right-footed cross, it's tapped in, is it? No, it's straight at the goalkeeper. David Brooks has got his head in his hands, he can't believe it, and another chance goes amiss for Bournemouth. David Brooks, wide open, brilliant cross in from Sinisterra. I think it caught Brooks by surprise, and he's hit it straight at Flecken, who manages to hold on to the ball, and it's still 2-1 to Brentford. John Williams.
Quite incredible.
He stopped it right on the goal line, the goalkeeper.
Quite incredible. Anywhere but by the goalkeeper, and it's in.
It's another chance that Bournemouth really have to take. Sinisterra, good turn and control on the halfway line.
Why'd you go back? Away
from Vandenberg, and then he turned back infield instead of into the space down the left. And Brentford win it back, but then give it away. Kirkes does brilliantly on the halfway line. Tavernier gets fouled, and Buemo's clipped his ankles. Free kick to the Cherries just inside the Brentford half. Andoni Iraola's trying to get the Bournemouth players to pick the tempo up a bit.
Yeah, that's what I felt there. Rather than that, like dire death, the ball, that we get a free kick, all right. But there was two people shouting for it to play quickly like we have now. There we go.
Down the left, Kirkes can't get away from Damsgaard. Damsgaard wins it back. Square ball infield to the edge of the box, and Norgard. Another double change coming up for Brentford any moment now. 9 minutes to go, plus stoppage time at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth have scored 8 goals in stoppage time this season, the most in the Premier League. Brentford have conceded 6 in stoppage time. Only Villa have conceded more late on. That'll give you some hope. Here's David Brooks, who really should have equalised for Bournemouth just moments ago. Lays it off to Tavernier. Tavernier shoots low. Oh, it's saved away to the left. It bounced up awkwardly in front of Flecken, but he did enough to palm the ball away and get it away from danger. Another opportunity on target from Bournemouth, but they still trail by 2-1. Kirkes with a cross into the box, headed away by Brentford. Bournemouth are pushing and probing. It's just not quite happening in front of goal in this second half. And the Bees have got Wisser down, injured at the moment. Lewis Cook's making sure he's okay. Craig Pawson, the referee's gone over to him as well. It's about halfway inside the Brentford half. We will eventually get a throw into Bournemouth, and James Hill's going to have a first chance to send a long throw into the Brentford box. Andoni Iraola in conversation with Tommy Elphick. Here comes the long throw over on the right from James Hill. Howson's forward, Zabani's forward. James Hill curves his run up, launches the ball to the corner of the 6-yard area, headed away by Pinnock. Ball under control on the edge of the area by Lewis Cook. Back out to the right, he finds James Hill. James Hill looks up, delivers the cross, headed up into the sky by Collins, and then smashed clear by Mbeumo into the Bournemouth half.
Yeah, kept it in.
Kirkes keeps it in, moves back into the Brentford half. Diagonal ball, looking to the edge of the box, and Dean Howson, cleared by Ethan Pinnock. Up towards halfway, and they're going to try and set Wisser away, but Ilya Zabani is sprinting down to get next to him, edge of the box. Wisser, ball at his feet, dribbles into the area. Johan Wisser onto his right foot, low shot, no power behind it. Lewis Cook blocks it on the 6-yard line, then lifts it up towards halfway, and David Brooks, early ball forward, looking for the sprinting Evan Nilsson. Collins gets across and gets there first. And it's kept in over on the left by Keane Lewis Potter. He's gone down, play continues. And Damsgaard links up with Lewis Potter, left side of the Bournemouth box, trying to get around the outside of Hill. He does, to the byline, keeps it in. James Hill gets the second ball away, and then it comes off of Sharda and behind for a goal kick to the Cherries. Brentford 2-1 up.
2 more subs coming up.
6 minutes to go, and Bournemouth, in a final roll of the dice, are going to send on Dongo Ouattara and Daniel Jefferson. And I think Luis Sinisterra is heading off, Willow, having just come on. And that must be an injury, and that's a massive shame for Luis Sinisterra. He's taking his gloves off, he's looking at the ground.
Yeah, it's horrible. I've seen that.
We're going to get the Brentford changes first. Brentford are taking off Damsgaard and Sharda, and they're sending on Ben Mee and Konak to shore up things defensively. Sharda and Damsgaard are taking an absolute age to come off. And still we wait for the Bournemouth changes. Who else is coming off? Tommy Elphick's trying to get the message on. Ilya Zabani, I think. Is Zabani?
No.
First change is Sinisterra off and Dongo Ouattara on. And Luis Sinisterra is limping, and he's only just come back from a hamstring injury that kept him out for months and months. And that's a really bad sign. And Daniel Jefferson is on, and Ilya Zabani is off.
Yeah, but that's just a precaution.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he didn't want to come off.
He's confused as to why he's off, but he's just getting a striker on for a centre-back, isn't it? I don't think it's precaution for an injury.
Well,
Howson clears from the back for Bournemouth. Bournemouth have got Evanilson and Jebison up top now. Semenyo on the right, Ouattara on the left, Brooks and Tavernier in midfield. Lewis Cook has gone to centre-back. We've seen this before. It's how he tries to get
Senesi used to go there,
more attack-minded players. And Jefferson wins it back on the halfway line into the final 5 minutes. Referee slipped up. Place continues down the left. Kirkes down the line to Ouattara. Ouattara to the byline. Low cross into the front post. Sliding block and interception from Nathan Collins. Corner to the Cherries. Vitality Stadium's up and bouncing. That North Stand's going to try and suck the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, I thought Zava was just holding something, but no. Corners to come in, left-footed out swinger, Brooksy.
David Brooks with the corner, left-footed towards the back post. Ouattara's up and underneath it. It's over his head. Howson will keep it in Bournemouth possession over on the right. Lays it back to Cook. Cook sends it back into the box. Evanilson with the header wide. Goal kick. Still Brentford 2-1 up here at the Vitality Stadium in the Premier League against Bournemouth. Time is running out for the Cherries. You're listening to BBC Radio Solent, and we're across the UK on the BBC Sounds app. Could be in for a dramatic finish, hopefully.
But you can't help thinking that hitting the crossbar and the chances we've made, very difficult.
Goal kick, Flecken clears long for Brentford. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Kirkes gets up, wins a huge header above Konak. He wanted a foul, Kirkes. He doesn't get one. Another throw in this time to Brentford.
That's a fantastic leap in head for someone who's not. Well,
it's like Michael Jordan hanging in the air there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Vandenberg down the line with the throw in. Brooks is underneath it, but it's won back by Yarmulke on the edge of the box. James Hill steps in. Brooks wins a second header, then Jefferson hooks it forward looking for Evanilson. The Brazilian's in a battle with Pinnock. Pinnock wins it and sends it out to the left. And Lewis Potter, the left back for Brentford. It's back with Pinnock now, goes back to his goalkeeper, Flecken. Flecken clears long. Kirkes gets up and wins the header. Tavernier underneath it. Time is still there for Bournemouth. We're about to find out shortly how much stoppage there will be. We've had all the substitutions, the celebrations for that 1 second half goal.
Got to be 6 minutes at least.
Brentford. Here comes Semenyo down the right for the Cherries. Right corner of the box, he's held up. Couple of step overs. No real options for him, so he goes to his left in Brooks. 25, 30 yards out. Bournemouth work it out to the left now in Kirkes. Kirkes down the line to Ouattara. Ouattara is going to dribble in towards the box. Held up on the left corner of the area. Has to go back to Howson. Back out to Kirkes in a bit of space. Kirkes, left-footed cross towards the back post. James Hill is in there. Gets something on the header, but Brentford get it away. And will play their way out from the back. And Bournemouth have to be alert at the other end, because Brentford are still quick on the breakaway. Konak, square ball infield to Yarmulke. Here's Norgard. Scorer of the goal that at the moment is going to give Brentford the 3 points. They work it infield to Yarmulke again, halfway inside the Bournemouth half. They go back to the halfway line. 60 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Late tackle from James Hill. Free kick to Brentford. Lewis Potter down in a heap. Yellow card for James Hill. It's not a lot different to the Mbuemo one, which didn't get booked at the other end. When you talk of consistency.
Yeah, he would have had to jump over his legs to miss his leg coming in now.
So Hill into the book. Free kick to Brentford. And Mbuemo will take about 20 yards inside the Bournemouth half, over on the left in front of the East Stand, where the travelling supporters are on their feet singing. And Mbuemo delivers into the box. Norgard with a header goalwards over the bar. It's another free header, really.
It is.
It's a goal kick, and Kepa takes it quickly, sends it out to the left along the ground to the feet of Kirkes. Kirkes looks up. He wants some options. He doesn't have any, so he goes square infield to Howson. Howson has to go back to Kepa. The 90 minutes is up here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth are 2-1 down. Not quite the 6 John Williams wanted, but 5 minutes of stoppage time for Bournemouth to find an equaliser. David Brooks sends it out to the right and James Hill. Hill, ball into the box. Evan Nilsson chests it down. Semenyo shoots. It's saved down to the left by Flecken. Not a great deal of power behind it. Might have taken a deflection on the way in too.
Oh, I've seen him strike them before. I thought he's just going to catch it on the half volley. Ball just lifting off the ground a couple of inches.
It deflected, Willow. It took the pace off of it.
Yeah.
It's come off of Nathan Collins, I think. It's hit his hand, actually. He didn't know anything about it. You're never getting that as a penalty. Kirkes with a sliding tackle. He has really been developed into one heck of a left back by Andoni Iraola. When you think about how raw he looked last season, particularly defensively, barely anything gets past him now.
He's probably been the best player this evening.
And when he's flying down the left on the attack, he is frightening. Here's Wissa, right side of the Bournemouth box. And lay it back to Vandenberg. Right side of Bournemouth's area still. Tavernier's going to dribble away, wins a free kick. Into 5 minutes of stoppage time, 1.5 have gone. Referees being pernickety about where the free kick's taken from. And the Brentford fans are loving it over on the far side. Kepa will eventually take the free kick on the edge of the area. He lays it over to the right and finds David Brooks. Bournemouth still haven't sent Howson forward as a extra centre forward yet. Not quite at that stage. 3 minutes to go. Kepa sends it out to the right and James Hill.
We'll get one chance. We'll get one more chance.
Hill lays it back in to Lewis Cook. Out to the right again and James Hill. It's whether you back them to take it, the way they've played today, Willow. Here's David Brooks again. Finds Tavernier edge of the box. Lays it off to Dongo Watara. It's congested in there. Brentford have got everyone back and they get it clear. Back into the Bournemouth half. Kepa comes a long way out of his area to bring it under control. Lays it forward to Howson. Howson with the ball out to the left in Kirkes. Hanging in the sky. Konak gets up and wins the header and they launch it forward and Kepa's come a long way out of his goal. He wins the header in front of Mbuemo. And it's out of play. It's a throw into Brentford. Down this near right hand side just inside the Bournemouth half. 2.5 minutes to go. Time running out. Bournemouth heading towards 4 games without a win and a third defeat in their last 4. Still we wait for the throw-in from Vandenberg. Down the line. Howson heads it up into the air. Cleared by Dongo Watara. Not quite, in fact. Wissa has it back under control. Right corner of the Bournemouth box. He skips away from Tavernier and from Howson. Howson drags him down. Free kick to Brentford on the edge of the Bournemouth box.
Yeah, that was a bit naive. They're just waiting for you to put an arm on them there. There you go. As soon as you touch them, they're throwing themselves in the air.
Yeah, not the first time. Johan Wissa's done one of them. Fans starting to leave the Vitality Stadium. Home fans, they don't feel there's enough time, based on what they've seen from Bournemouth so far this evening, to find an equaliser. And this would complete the set of a pretty miserable day on BBC Radio Solent of 2-1 defeats, unless Bournemouth can find something late on. We know they're capable of it, but in front of goal, the finishing has not been good enough again today. Meanwhile, they've got defending to do. And Mbuemo, free kick, just on the edge of the box, left-footed, curling over the bar, goal kick. Kepa's going to try and get things moving quickly. Bournemouth have got a minute to find an equaliser. Kepa goes short to Howson. Howson closed down by Mbuemo. Howson lifts it out to the left in Kirkes. Kirkes brings it under control. Sends a long ball forward to Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson wins the header just, but Bournemouth can't pick up the second ball. Norgard hooks it up into the sky. Brentford on course for their 5th consecutive away win. The team that couldn't win away from home at the start of the season. Bournemouth's poor record against Brentford set to continue in the Premier League. Ball's over on the left with the Bees now. 30 seconds to go and Brentford have it deep inside the Bournemouth half. Wissa, edge of the box, lays it off to the right in Konak. Here's Vandenberg. It's just not happening for the Cherries. Brian Mbuemo, right side now. 18 yards out from the Bournemouth goal line. It's keep ball for Brentford. Forward to Mbuemo. Travelling fans are enjoying themselves. It's just not been Bournemouth's night again. Here's Konak spinning away from trouble, goes down.
Tavernier, he's been booked, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He was lucky, he was only pulling the shirt again.
There's the full-time whistle. It's a 4th consecutive home defeat for the Cherries. They are now 4 games without a win in the Premier League. Beaten 2-1 at home to Brentford, having led by a goal to nil. But again, in front of goal, they've had some brilliant chances which they failed to take. Antoine Semenyo with a free header off the crossbar. David Brooks from inside the 6-yard box, side-footing it straight at the goalkeeper. Bournemouth's run without a win against Brentford in the Premier League continues too. And they are edging Bournemouth back down towards, well, the bottom half of the table. After such a brilliant start to the season, it just didn't happen for them this evening against Brentford. John Williams.
Yeah, very disappointing. Not so much the way from an attacking point of view, because we got in great positions and we made chances, but we're going to have to look at the set play situation, because we've been done twice by them, and you know, we knew Brentford. It's not like it's a one-off, but Brentford have come here today with a reputation of set plays is their main thing, and you can honestly see why. They're very good at it, and we weren't up to the task defensively.
Yeah, will be. You're right, John Williams. Big questions for Bournemouth defenders again, and on the day when they got Ilya Zabani back from suspension, when you thought they'd be more secure defensively, it was a corner in from Mbeumo on the half-hour mark, which Kepa came out to punch and missed, allowed Johan Wissa to head into the net to level things up after Vitaly Janelt's own goal in the 17th minute. And then another long throw. They were undone by one away at Brentford earlier on in the season by Kevin Schade, which was allowed to bounce inside the box and make its way through to Christian Norgard to smash it past Kepa to put Brentford in front. And Bournemouth missed chances after that, through Semenyo, through Brooks, and that is why they are leaving the ground tonight empty-handed. All 3 points to Brentford. Your reaction, please. I'm sure you're frustrated. How concerned are you by this current dip in form for Bournemouth? Where do you feel that leaves them in terms of the race for the European places? They head into the international break, 4 games without a win, with Manchester City to come here next in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup in 2 weeks' time. At Solent Sport, please, for your reaction on X, on social media. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Make Solent the first word of your message. 81333 on the text. Start those with the word Solent too. John Williams will stick around to bring you more reaction. We'll head down to speak to Andoni Iraola and bring you that on BBC Radio Solent and BBC Sounds too. Full time from the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2.